Hi everyone and welcome to this new project here. And as you can see, today we are working on an oval canvas. I bought some of those a while back and didn't really get a chance to work with them. Because, oval is such a tricky shape where it does not really fit everywhere, and I just had them lying around and I thought it was time to give it a go and see what I can come up with. The colors that you can see here is the phthalo-cyanine blue, a gold, white and a metallic purple. So basically all the colors that I use all the time because they are just my favorite, and to spice it up a bit I tried adding the purple here, which I think might fit to the entire design as well. Of course, as you can already imagine, it is going to become a ring pour again, but I have to tell you it is among the most pretty outcomes that I have ever made. I really cannot stop looking at it and I'm so much in love with it. Really, you will see in the end, and please don't just forward to the end to see the results and just have a look at the video itself. I really love it. It's yeah, okay, sorry. Yeah, I basically mixed my colors as I usually do, and in case you have not seen so many of my videos, this is about 2/3 of the medium, so floetrol for example, or I myself recently started using an acrylic binder because it's cheaper and it's working better for me. Then 1/3 of the paint and some water to get the consistency that I'm normally working with. It's all eyeballed, I never measure anything, so just give it a go yourself and see what you like working with. When I poured all my colors into my pouring jar, I had some leftover paints, and what else to do because this was the last pour for the day that I wanted to make at all, so I just poured the rest amount of paint onto the canvas, just moved it around to give the canvas a good coverage, at the middle section at least, to allow the paints to flow easier. So it is not perfect, I will not cover the entire canvas, just spreading the paint as you can see. Then the pouring process itself is pretty simple. You just put everything out of your jar and try not to move your hand as good as possible and hoping for the best actually. So you never really know what the end result is going to be, if the colors flow out as you intended, if the design looks as you intended, but it's always so much fun and so rewarding to see when you poured all your paints and all the colors and shapes, and if it's symmetrical, if it's not symmetrical, if the colors are in the mixing, if it looks great. I so much fell in love with these ring pours. I did so many of them, and yeah, I will do some others as well in the future, so don't worry. So this is the design that I had on my canvas, and then a decision is to be made on which direction to tilt. I never really think so much about it. I most of times just start to the direction that feels most genuine to the sides of the canvas or off the canvas, or yeah, whatever. So I think you have the same thought process as I did. And I was a bit worried about the large blue blob in the middle that you can see here, because it somewhat looked like the golden ring pour that I just recently uploaded, and I had the impression that this might turn out pretty much the same, having a large blue blob in the middle of the canvas. And in a second you will see that this is exactly what's going to happen. At least I was prepared from the last pour that I did, and so I just started moving the colors around. As you can see, I have again way too much color on the canvas itself, so the rings that I've poured are not going to stretch as much when you have that amount of color. If you have a base layer of color and less ring poured color, so less color that you actually pour with, your rings will feather out more and you will have a better design. As I did not like the design that I had here that much, I poured quite a bit of the color off the canvas, which is no deal because I'm going to scrape it up in the end and reuse it as a base layer paint for future paintings. But yeah, this is how it looks now. As you can see, the blob even increased, and I was not really sure, to be honest, how to move on from this point. I just wanted to have all the edges where the beautiful intermixing gold-white color is more into the middle, but there was no way of getting this done, because if I would have tilted it in any direction, the upper or down part would just flow off the canvas and it's lost. So I tried as good as I can to move everything as carefully as I can to minimize the blue blob in the middle and to get some of the other colors back into the game. And something what, well, works pretty well at times is when you tilt your canvas the color is going to run towards the side you are tilting at and gathering up, so building up on volume there. So if you retilt to another direction, the large amount of paint is going to flow quicker than the amount of paint that is still on the opposite side, which is only very limited. So you can get some of the design back into the game, also back into the piece itself, without moving too much of the opposite side paint. It does not really work always, it doesn't really work super great, but at least it works better than just tilting very carefully, as you have to push things a bit around to have this working. Otherwise I would have lost so much of the design and there would have been no way to get rid of the blue. And at this stage here I was still not sure if it's going to work in the end when it's dry. It was still very much blue, but as this blue is really pretty and dries super dark, I at least thought this might work in the end. And I liked the design on the bottom and the top part so much. Make up your own mind what you think about it. I really cannot wait to hear your thoughts. Final touches were just about tilting a bit more to get the design into the direction that I wanted. It really looked great already and I could not wait to see how everything is drying. There was only so little paint left on the canvas that I was pretty sure that nothing is going to move at all. So no paint flowing around anymore, and I just set it aside to let it dry. And this was basically it. It was a really short process, so this time I did not really speed up so much on this process itself. It was so much fun, had an awesome result, and I really cannot wait to hear your thoughts. If you have any questions on my process, on my mixing whatsoever, just leave me down in the comment section and I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you want to see which materials I've used, as usual you can find them in the description box below, as well as my social media links and my Etsy shop if you want to get some of my artworks for yourself. If you like this video, please make sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to not miss out any of my new videos, and please also share with your friends, family and with everyone who would love to see this artwork and this result. It would really help my channel grow and is very much appreciated. And also I want to thank my first 3 Patreons who decided to join me and support me there, and I'm really super happy about it. I still need to figure out a sweet and easy way to share my supporters here, so if any of you has any suggestions how I can make this. I didn't really want to make an Excel file and show it in the video, so I'm open for any ideas. Thanks in advance. And for any of you who would want to join me on Patreon as well, I made all the setup arrangements on the weekend, so there is not much there yet, but things are going to come soon, so stay tuned. So enough self-advertising now. I will leave you watch the final result film, and thank you again so much for your time. Thank you for watching, and other than that, I hope to see you in my next videos. Have a great day. Bye bye.